Sunday in the off season. Everything's closed, no one's around. What's for dinner? Hi, I'm Jeremy. Thanks for watching. Sunday, in late October, in a tiny little island in the middle of the Gulf of Bothnia. Not a whole lot happened today except for the world's greatest Scandinavian picnic. After the emotional turmoil of last night, I actually woke up to good news today. My blood sugar was a perfect 100. Maseo and I went down to the breakfast room at the hotel. Again, it was full of people, and again, these were not people who were staying at the hotel, because I don't believe anybody is staying here except us. Now, I don't know how you measure the quality of a breakfast buffet, but I found the new way to do it today. Not only did we have the choice of scrambled eggs or hard-boiled eggs, but we had the choice of 5-minute hard-boiled eggs or 9-minute hard-boiled eggs. I didn't even know that was a thing. Waking up around 100, of course, is good, but it always makes me nervous, like I'm falling low. I waited until about halfway through breakfast to actually take my Humalog shot. Before I did, I checked again, it was 162. Now, I had no idea what was going to happen with this breakfast since it's bigger than I'm used to, so I just stuck the insulin in and crossed my fingers. After breakfast, we did our first laundry of the trip, and we used our new Scrubba bag. Scrubba is this little rubber sack that weighs almost nothing and doesn't take up much space in your backpack, but is supposed to wash your clothes very well. It seemed to work okay. You just put your clothes and some water and some soap in it, seal it up, and then kind of mangle it and mash it until everything gets cleaned. Pour the water out, and then you hang your clothes up to dry. Then we went wandering around Mariehamn, which was as quiet and desolate as we'd imagined. One thing we did find open was a pharmacy, and I went in to ask about insulin. I didn't actually need any insulin, I've got plenty with me. The lady there spoke English very well and said they did carry my kind of insulin, but that it would be expensive if I bought it, and that if I was a resident of the Åland Islands it would be very, very cheap. I thanked her and bought a few Humalog pen needles just for fun, for a few cents each. And me and Maseo walked over to the grocery store to buy some food for a picnic. I was very pleased with what we bought. We got bread, ham, cheese, baby carrots, chocolate milk, donuts, and potato chips with a very strange name. And then we found the perfect place for a picnic. It's this big church right in the middle of town called St. George's Church, or as they say in Swedish, oh boy, Sankt Görans kyrka. No, Sankt Görans kyrka. Sankt Görans kyrka. Kyrka. Sankt Görans kyrka. St. George's Church. This church only dates from 1927, so it does have a modern look, but it also has the flat plains of color that Scandinavia is so famous for. In this case, vivid brick red and a kind of turquoise green roof. Although this was Sunday, there was nothing happening at the church, there were no people and it was all locked up, but there's a little courtyard in the center, and there was a bench in the courtyard. It was a perfect picnic spot. Now, I didn't actually know if we were supposed to be there, but I figured we'd just stay there until someone shooed us away. At about 1 p.m. my blood sugar had been 170, so it was still okay, and all the food we bought had carbohydrate information written on it, so I knew exactly how much insulin to take. We sat in the courtyard of Sankt Görans kyrka. I like this kind of self-catered picnic because it saves money and it's a lot of fun. We watched the clouds roll by and the sun even came out a little bit. So, good breakfast, excellent lunch. What's for dinner? We wandered around a little bit more and then went back to the hotel, which was completely dark and closed now. We had to go around back, past the rancid swimming pool, to let ourselves into the back entrance. This place is definitely not going to be open for dinner. I was upset to find that my blood sugar at 6 p.m. was 290, but I had bigger things to worry about, like, how are we going to find dinner? The hotel was closed, the supermarket was closed, and the only thing we could find was a pizza place. Hallelujah, St. George! It was called Koti Pizza, and it was hand-tossed pizza. I ordered at random because I couldn't read the Swedish on the menu very well, and I was going to get a Diet Coke, but the machine was insulting me, so I got a water instead. So we capped this quiet Sunday with another little lovely walk through the quiet downtown after dark, and just before bed, my blood sugar was 97. Yippee! It's a little bit lower than I like before bed, so I had a little piece of chocolate and hit the sack. Not a bad Sunday all in all, I think. Good thing and a bad thing about today. The good thing was the picnic. The bad thing was the 290 after the picnic, which I can't really explain. Diabetes thoughts for today. My average blood sugar today was 164. It was really fun to wake up at 100 and go to bed at 97, although the spike in the middle of it was really uncool. I would imagine that big breakfast created more havoc than I may realize. So, ironically enough, the pizza, which is usually difficult to dose for, went well. The other thing I like is that by hook or by crook, we found all our meals today. We didn't have to go hungry. If we can do that here in the Åland Islands on a Sunday in October, then I like our chances to survive the rest of the trip. One of the great things about traveling overland as a backpacker is that you start to see the slow morphing of one culture and one area into another. Now, so far this trip has been all Scandinavian, but tomorrow, here in the Åland Islands, we're actually going to start seeing some of the Russian influences that are coming up. We're not going to Russia, we're going to Estonia next, which used to be part of the Soviet Union. I'm also going to make a really stupid decision for diabetes tomorrow.